Well, good morning, everybody. It is 5 a.m. I'm Greg Copeland.
I'm Mimi Jung. Nearly 1 million people are expected in our nation's capital this morning, and King 5 is going to be there every step of the way. Our own Joyce Taylor is there, along with King 5 political reporter Natalie Brand. Good morning to you both.
Good morning to you and to all of you watching from home. Well, the city is buzzing. You can feel the excitement right in here in Union Station. People are arriving here at the Capitol, and you can feel that history is about to happen. Even Marine One has landed to take President Obama back to California after this historic inauguration is over today.
Yeah, we rode in on the Metro around 5 a.m. and already the crowds are starting to form. And of course, the security extra tight. It's been tight all week long, but today you can see National Guard members on the streets. Interesting to note that Seattle police officers, 50 of them, are among the thousands of extra security officers, police officers brought in to the District of Columbia to help monitor the situation.
So we're going to talk about security this morning and about all the people. Nearly 1 million here over the next couple of days, about 800,000 expected here for the inauguration in the next couple of hours. So as we follow that, let's talk about last night. President-elect Trump thanked his supporters last night, a pre-inauguration event, that dinner at Union Station's main hall. Attendees included the top supporters of the Trump-Pence campaign, the transition team, and cabinet members.
And we are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Spent his final night as a private citizen, traditionally at Blair House. Of course, that is what all president-elects do the night before their inauguration. So more than 200,000 protesters, as you know, are going to be coming for the Women's March on Washington. And you met with some of those yesterday, right?
Yeah, and actually, well, we ran into the folks that we ran into on the plane getting here because, of course, dozens of people from Western Washington are among the demonstrators who are going to be marching on Saturday, in addition to the dozens of Trump supporters here from the King County metro region. And I want to mention, because you were talking about the presidential dinner, or the last dinner of the president-elect before he is sworn into office. And Kathy McMorris Rodgers, Congresswoman from Eastern Washington, has been a vice chair on his transition team. So she's been a part of the inaugural festivities. We got a chance to speak to her yesterday afternoon, as well as Senator Patty Murray. So we will share much more insights from them coming up in the next half hour.
Okay, let's go to Michelle, I believe Michelle Lee. Michelle, what are you covering?
Good morning. So I am covering the Women's March here in Seattle. You know, this is supposed to be the second largest march behind the one in D.C., and organizers are expecting up to 100,000 people to participate come Saturday. So I just want to mention, this is a side note here, but the Seattle organizers took an X to spelling women. So if you're searching for that, that will come in handy to know. You can see the spelling on TV. They did that to show that they are one Seattle, and they say everyone is invited. It's not just for women. This is going to start here with a rally at 10:30 Saturday morning and trek more than 3 miles to end at Seattle Center. So from where we are, it's going to hop over from Jackson to 4th, and then we'll have a few access points like 4th and Pine and 4th and Columbia before eventually making its way to Seattle Center. Also new this morning, you mentioned Patty Murray. Senator Murray is sending a message to our local march because she, of course, will be at the one in D.C.
I know that in Seattle and in 20 other cities across Washington State, women and families will make themselves heard that women's rights are human rights.
Now, we should mention that there will be extra buses, extra police officers. You should expect traffic delays and transit delays if you are a transit rider. And we also know that this march is intended to be silent. Of course, it doesn't, it's recommended that it is a silent march. We will be live streaming that on our website as well as Facebook come Saturday morning. We're live in Seattle. Michelle Lee, King 5 News.
Michelle, thank you. As you know, the Women's March coincides with people planning the Lunar New Year. The community observing that holiday next weekend, but this weekend is going to bring a rush of customers to Seattle's International District. Some nearby streets are going to be closed for the Women's March.
We're really supportive of what they're marching for and everyone's First Amendment rights to, make their voices heard. It's just unfortunate that they decided to pick this weekend and this street to be marching through.
So we'll be covering that. Of course, King 5 is going to have complete coverage of the demonstrations happening here in D.C. Also, of course, the march is back home. We will have all of it for you on king5.com and streaming on live, of course. So, coming up in about 30 minutes, we talked to a student headed to the inauguration. So excited. At first, he didn't think he'd be able to go, but then because of cancellations, it was his lucky day. We're going to talk with him coming up later this morning. Natalie?
And we'll also, as I mentioned, have much more from our top leaders on the Capitol Hill, as well as talk to some of the locals who have made the long trip here to be a part of today's festivities.
There are a lot of them. So a lot ahead on this inauguration day as we wait for our president-elect to become the 45th president of the United States. Back to you.